let me tell you a little bit about Nat. Does anyone not know Nat? Never heard of him before, had no clue who he was. Yeah, right? I was the same. Just like we met like 5 minutes ago. No, I'm just kidding. So, how did Nat come into my life? So Nat was doing this feature called LinkedIn Heroes, right? Was I even on LinkedIn? Well, I must have been because you found me on LinkedIn somewhere. And I'm pretty sure I'd written an article for something. And, oh no, it was top 50 small business leaders. That's right. And this dude slides into my DMs. And I was like, I want to interview you. And I was like, is that what we're calling it these days? You want to interview me? Yeah, all right, buddy. So I started looking at his details, and I saw he'd worked with like Apple, and he'd worked with Westpac, and he'd interviewed Grant Cardone, and all these, like Kerwin Ray, all these people, and I was like, who is this guy? Maybe he has something of value to offer me. Interesting. So I agreed to do this LinkedIn Heroes event with him. And, oh my God, we got rid of tickets to that in like, I don't even know, half an hour or something. They were gone. And it was a great event. Did anyone come to that LinkedIn Heroes event? Just Nat and I? And Taylor was there? It was a lot of fun. So after that, we were like, hey, should we do something together? Because I feel like we have a good banter. We have the same values when it comes to social media. So should we do like an event? And that's how LinkedIn versus Instagram was born. So Nat has won pretty much, as you heard before, including the awards I was nominated for, every social media award there is. He actually started Australia's first LinkedIn agency. He has generated hundreds of millions of dollars for his clients on LinkedIn. Like, this kid knows what's up on the platform. So please pay attention to what he says today, because he's going to give you some really, really valuable advice for anyone. Like, is anyone not on LinkedIn at all? Yeah. You're coming just to learn, or you're on it but you like no real clue what you're fucking doing? Same. Oops. Once a year I go through and approve all my connections. I know, and I feel like Nat's watching me. So anyway, round of applause please as we welcome to the stage Nathanial Bibby.
Let's go.
Here you go, my friend. You're welcome. I need to get my water bottle, sorry.
That was awesome. We learned some stuff about Instagram that they're going to use.
See?
You may notice that my profile's updated now with Nathanial LinkedIn Marketing or something like that. Fashion? King of fashion, I should be. All right. Let's get cracking. Let's grow our business on LinkedIn. Guys, I've been in the online marketing business since I was 17. I was doing search engine optimization back in those days. Lived in Asia for a while, Southeast Asia, marketing real estate. One thing I've learned throughout my career is with marketing, if you want to be at the top of the game, you've got to be ready to adapt quicker than anyone else. Because who would agree things are changing faster than they ever have before? And sometimes when I meet guys that have come to my training, like people say, oh, Nat, I did your training 2 years ago. I know everything about LinkedIn. So if you did my training 2 years ago, 60% of what you're doing is wrong. That's how quick things are changing. So when the old pandemic came along, like I went from thinking that social media is a cool thing to grow your business that works really well to you like must be on there if you're in business. The digital adoption, no matter what industry you're in, has doubled during the pandemic, and it's become essential for businesses to survive, to be able to adapt. And this is the way, as Brooke said, to have conversations at scale. Who feels a bit like my friend Marshall when they're on social media? Don't forget to follow me on Snapchat, hashtag me on Instagram, tag me on LinkedIn, and while you're at it, subscribe to my newsletter and come on Facebook and like me there as well. Have you ever seen a post like that? I'm exaggerating. But it's fair to say a lot of people are on there, and because it's free, they're kind of just throwing spaghetti at the wall on all these different platforms. But it's such a unstrategic method. And so what I'm going to talk about today is being strategic. Because it's not just about getting results on social media, it's actually about managing your time most efficiently as well. So you want the most effective results in the most efficient time possible. I was I was reading this article, right, that said if you have trouble falling to sleep at night, when you go to bed, don't look at your phone, don't do work, don't watch movies, don't do anything in your bed other than sleep, and a couple of other things. And I thought it's interesting. It's very much like what's happening on social media because we do use it for our personal lives. When I log on to Instagram especially, not so much on LinkedIn, I'm consuming content. Like I'm scrolling, my friends are there, I'm watching stories. So when I hop on, I've got to be extremely disciplined if I'm going to use it for work because I get distracted. So I think we have to kind of decide, are we on social media to consume it and to socialize, or are we using it to grow our business? Because if we're using it to grow our business, we have to be strategic about it. Before Brooke was pregnant, she used to spend her time on the treadmill every morning doing her stories and responding to comments. For up to 2 hours, she responds to comments every single day. So unless she was strategic and disciplined about it, she wouldn't be able to have the results that she's had. Like, it is a job. It's a fun job, but it's still a job. And it's got to be the same on LinkedIn. There's a lot of people consuming stuff on LinkedIn, especially when they're on their phone. And the mobile usage of social media, we forget a lot of the time as business owners because we do a lot of the stuff on LinkedIn on our computers, but the people that are consuming it generally are on their phone. It's like about 70% of the people that are using LinkedIn are on their telephone, and we're way more on Instagram, obviously. So LinkedIn, it's no biggie. Hey! He's funny too. All right. So social media is a way for us to converse with our audience at scale. So if it's not working for you, it's not to do with the platform. I don't actually believe that organic reach is dead on any platform. I've heard it over and over again. Organic reach is dead on Facebook. Organic reach is dead on Twitter. Yet there still seems to be people crushing it without paying for ads. I would suspect that the chances are that it's just not working for the individual that's using it because the algorithm's got smarter, so it's serving its users better content, so you just got to be better. If anyone's got an ego, and we all do, it's much easier to blame the platform than to actually look at what you're doing and go, okay, what I'm doing is shit, it's not working, in order to get results. So people interact with things that resonate with them on a personal level. So even though it's a business platform, you can know all the things about business, about venture capital or the oil and gas industry. But if you just start posting about that, the way that you would write about it in like a white paper or whatever, it was just going to be boring. And they're not going to resonate with anyone on a personal level. It's still a social media site. So like a lot of people who jump onto LinkedIn that aren't familiar with using it, they either go one or the other. They're like too casual and too personal, or far at the other end, too businessy. And I think that's probably worse.